To sign into Seesaw, if you're on a computer or a Chromebook, you're going to go to seesaw.com, and then your child will click on I'm a student. If you're on a tablet or a phone, you're going to go to the Seesaw class app so your student can log in and be able to complete activities, send pictures, and see what's in their Seesaw portfolio. So since I'm on a computer, I'm going to go ahead and click on I'm a student, and then I'm going to enter my text code. So that gets me into my class so I can see. So I'm going to hit go. And then now this is going to bring up the student view. So this is what a student would see when they log into their Seesaw account. This here is their journal. So in here you would see all of the different things that are posted in their journal, things that they sent to their teacher and their teacher has approved. Up here is your green button that allows you to take a photo, do a drawing, or a typing or something, leave a note, draw a picture, those types of things. A video, if they're sending in a video to their teacher and answering a question or doing something like that. This is to allow upload. So if you're on a phone or a tablet, you can upload a picture from your camera roll. Note brings up a notepad and you can type a note. And then links allow them to attach a link to a video or something. That is not very important for our grade level of students. They're not importing a lot of links. In the light bulb tab, over here, you can see the little notification says the number 2. That means that I have 2 activities that I need to respond to. So if I click on that, here are all of my activities. The activities might be longer depending on how many your teacher has assigned to your student. It might be shorter. Once the activity is complete, it goes away from their activity tab. So I'm going to go ahead and do this one here, learning how to use Seesaw. So it has the instructions of what to do, a step by step, and it also will play the instructions. I'm not going to play the instruction because I'm going to read them, but your teacher or the activity itself will most likely have a voice recording of those directions to make it a little bit easier to understand what to do. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the add response button to open up this activity. So now I clicked on that, and this is what the activity looks like. This is what my teacher is asking me to do. So if I forget and I want to see those instructions again, I don't have to back out. Up at the top, it says view instructions. So I can click on that and it brings up all the instructions. I can play the instructions again and listen to the different things that my teacher is asking me to do. So on your left-hand side over here, you have some tools to use. So this T tool will allow your child to type. On a tablet or a phone, it will bring up the keyboard. On a computer, it'll open up a text box and they could type. So I can go ahead and do that and I'll type my name. Then to move it, I need to make sure that I have this finger tool. It's called the move tool. I can change the size of it. I can rotate it. But once I have this, I can move it into the box like I want. They can also touch these 3 dots and bring up different options and change the font and play around and have fun. But I'm just going to leave it normal for now. This microphone here, if I click on that, it will bring up a timer, a 3-second timer. It'll count down. And then once it goes away, then it's going to be recording my voice. And I could explain my answers. I can ask questions. I could do those different things. But once you record your voice, it is the last thing you should do on an activity, unless your teacher is asking you to do different things. But once you record the voice, you can't go back in and edit things. This here is a camera. If I click on that, it brings up another camera icon, and that will allow me to take a picture and have that in this activity. Or you can upload something here. If you took a picture on your camera roll and you wanted to upload it to the document, you could do that as well. These 3 dots here have shapes. If you click on that, it'll bring up different shapes that you can put in. Stars, hearts, thought bubbles, all those different things. Or you can change the color of the background. So these are just cosmetic things that you could add, or your child could add to spruce up their activity if they wanted and just play around. So that's these tools here. These tools down here allow your child to edit things. So this finger tool allows you to move around different things that can move. This is a pencil tool, and that allows for a little bit neater writing, and it's not as big and bulky. You can change the color or the size of things by tapping on the icon itself again 2 times, and it'll bring up this thing here. So I can make it thick, and now it's a thicker line. So if I don't like those, I can use the eraser, which is right here, and I can erase it. Or up in the top, you have the undo button. So I could undo those things and make them go away. Or you could redo it. It just depends on what you want to do. This here is the pen tool, and they can draw. You can also change the thickness of the pen. And over on this right hand side are all the different colors that they can choose from. They can make it whatever color they want. So if I'm going to draw a picture of me, there's my body. I'm going to give myself some eyes. I can change and have red lips. I can make brown hair. If I want to make it a little bit thicker, I can go ahead and give myself thicker hair. I can put on some clothes. And then now there's a little picture of me. Then this here is the highlighter tool. I don't need this for this activity, but I can show you what it does. And this is just what a highlighter would do. You can change the color, and then it's just a more transparent thing so you can find words. Your teacher might ask your child to find sight words and highlight them, or find the long vowel words, or word family words that your child might need to go in, and they can highlight, and they would use that tool to highlight. Because if they didn't use that tool, it would cover it up, and we don't want to hide the word. We want to be able to see the word that they found it. So that's what the highlighter tool does. This magic pen is what I call it, and it just kind of leaves a different color outline that is just fun to use and decorate with. So I can hit the undo and get rid of those things. And then the eraser does exactly that, and it erases what's there. So now I can go ahead and type my favorite color. So I'm going to touch the T for the label tool, and I can write red. I might even want to go in and change it to the color red. I can make it a little bit bigger and bring it down to fit into my box. And then I can put my age right there. If I'm a student, I'm going to go ahead and maybe I'll write it this time and say that I am. Oh, see, it was too big, so I'm going to do an undo. I'm going to tap on here and change the thickness to make it a little bit smaller. And I'm going to write the number 6. So now I'm done with the activity and I want to turn it in. So up in the top right, you have a green check mark. So I'm going to touch that. And now it's uploading. So then it's now back to my journal, and I have the activity that I did, and there's a blue bar at the top that says waiting for teacher approval. So that means now that the teacher has it in his or her Seesaw account, and it's waiting for them to see it and approve it. If they want you to make changes, they might leave you a comment that said, hey, I think you should go back and look at this one again and try it again. And then you would just go back in and edit it. It'll say it up here, edit, or you can click on the 3 dots and go to edit item, and it'll bring it right back up. So I can make that correction. I could erase this because I wasn't supposed to do that. And now I could resubmit it. So now I hit the green check mark again, and it goes back to the teacher. So that's waiting for the teacher approval. Now in my activities, that one is gone from my activities, and this is the only one that I have left. So that is a quick overview of what it looks like as a student and what some of those tools do.